Had a few staples in his head, but it's a shame that anyone that's held in our jails have to go through that. But he's doing fine.
What do you know about the circumstances surrounding what happened?
Not a whole lot. He just got into it, I think, with somebody else that was in the jail. I don't know what the issue was about. I don't know who started it. I don't know the condition of the other individual or individuals. So, yeah, I'm not very useful right now.
Doug, when you answer the question, can you look like about right here?
Over here?
Yeah, just profile.
Sure.
When you got the call last night, what was your thoughts? I mean, were you concerned? I mean, considering you guys were waiting for a verdict after a year-long trial.
It's very frustrating him being locked up for this long and nearing the end. And then we have an incident like this. And of course, I recalled Shannon's incident from a year ago. And the big issue is that I can't get a lot of information when that's going on. So there's a lot of uncertainty there. I don't know his health. I don't know where he's being taken to. I can't get answers from the sheriff's department. So, the unknown is always concerning. And so that's kind of the situation that we're in. And I'm thinking, here we are at the end of the race, and now this comes up.
You said, sorry, can you be a little more descriptive? You guys like staples on his forehead?
No, he has staples like around here in his head, or where his staples are at.
He was cut pretty.
I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, and that kind of thing makes me a little queasy, so I didn't spend a lot of time on it. But when I glanced over, he seemed to have 4 or 5 staples in his scalp right around here.
He's here today in court. He's recovering. Talk a little bit about, the fact that at least he's able to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thrilled that it didn't disrupt. First of all, of course, I'm very happy that he's not injured beyond that. But also, I'm thrilled that he's here. We can keep going forward. It doesn't pause things. The jury is clearly on a roll. They're deliberating. They're asking questions, insightful questions. So they're considering the evidence, which is exactly what I want. And he is more calm than I am. So he's taking this very well, and he's not nearly as anxious as I am right now.
I was just going to say, how much has all of this just been weighing on you over the long weekend, not being in court after having the jury deliberate?
I have tried to distract myself as much as I can, and that's a challenge because I can't take it completely out of my mind. This has been going on for 2.5 years. We've been in trial for 2 years. I've invested a huge amount of time into this, and so waiting on the verdict is very, very, I don't even know how to describe this feeling. It's very stressful.
Finding attorney-client privilege, what did he tell you today about how he's feeling after that incident? Concerned about being in the jail?
Look, he's been in jail about 2.5 years now. He's used to being in there. He knows what it's like. But no one is comfortable in jail. He just as much as like Woody would do anything to stay out of jail. I mean, Mr. Kendrick, Deamonte does not want to be in jail. And this incident does not make things any better. But he's there. He knows that, or at least he hopes and is confident that he's going to be out soon. So he'll deal with it for a few more days until finally we'll get him out.
Anything else you want to add? Anything we didn't ask you that you wanted to mention?
Did he say whether it was a piece of the building? Was it a knife that he was stabbed in?
I think it was some type of an improvised shank of some kind, but we didn't get into that a whole lot. Really, I guess what's most interesting about it is his focus is not on that incident at all. His focus is on this jury verdict, listening to the questions, seeing what they are. Like this morning's questions really had nothing to do with Mr. Kendrick. But we still were kind of looking at it just to see where the jury's head was at. He and I are both, when those questions come up and when the jury is watching the video, he and I are watching the jury more than we're watching the video because we want to see their response, how they're reacting to what they're seeing. So again, our focus is on this jury and on this verdict, and that's where it's going to remain. This is a distraction, and he's not really thinking about it that much right now.
I know the questions have nothing to do with your client. However, they're focusing on lyrics. I know that was a big part of closing is, how do you feel about that? It's like,
Well, and I'm not blaming this on the jury. The state made lyrics part of the issue in this case, and I guess a big part of me was disappointed that they wanted to hear those lyrics, because my position has always been that those lyrics have nothing to do with this case. They should never have been brought in. We need to get Congress to pass the RAP Act so that there's a higher standard for bringing in that evidence. Georgia really needs to introduce its own version of the RAP Act if Congress is not going to act.